During last week's live video, I showed you how much fun it is just to play with two colors and let them flow on the page. And the result was this beautiful wash of lavender and gold that just felt full of light. After that video, I had a lot of questions from students saying, what next? How do you develop this beautiful loose wash into a finished painting? And I sat down and it took me about 8 minutes to actually take that painting to the next level, to a place where it felt finished. It really felt like the perfect next step to show you how I take a painting and develop just a few details for that beautiful first wash, so I don't lose the beauty of the first wash, and yet still give it sort of a finished feel and maybe make it look like a thing. So we're gonna do that today. I've kind of changed my broadcasting schedule. My plan for this week was to do something completely different, but I really want to take, while we're still thinking about that first wash, I wanted to go ahead and take it to the next step. So let's just get started and paint it. And so I think I actually want to develop this painting, taking what I'm seeing here and creating another layer to bring out some detail. We worked with Aussie red gold and Wisteria and green gold for the first layer, so I'm going to try to stick with those colors. When you mix the Aussie red gold and the Wisteria, I get a little bit of a murky color. And then adding in the green gold gives me almost a brown. It's a very orangey kind of muddy brown, but it's definitely a little bit on the neutral side. I'm seeing some trees in here, and I think I'm gonna lean a little bit into the green gold here. See if I can pull those trees out in my painting and create a next layer. Just with a light touch, not doing too much. It's because I want the first wash to really be the beauty of my painting. Let's dot in some pure Aussie red gold. I think sometimes we think in order to layer over top of a color, we need to change our colors, but I can use the colors I've already chosen in a stronger value, a little darker, to create some shapes there. And suddenly I have made a landscape scene. It's all it takes. Pretty cool. Crisp lines do take a lot of dominance in a painting. So as we work on this next layer, we have to recognize that those lines that we place are going to be the first thing the viewer sees. Anywhere there's a crisp line, the eye goes there. That's why in the first layer, when it was just that soft wash, these lines, these edges, were guiding and leading that composition. And now, as I go into adding more crisp lines, you can see how much that tree just wants to be seen in the painting. So when you guide your viewer into your painting, you look at value. Where's the darkest value? We have dark values in this area. And you look at edges, you look at shape. And I'm just using some straight Wisteria to paint a few grassy marks. Some of them are going to be easy to see, and some you'll have to get in a little bit closer to view them in the painting. I really like the soft background. I want to keep it soft, but I do want to do a little bit more as well. I think I want to see if I can place some tree trunks back there. Pull down a line. And I want it to be very subtle. So I'm working with really diluted paint. Pull up and get a wider line at the top than at the bottom. This one's quite dark. We'll add a little water to it. Let some of that pigment just trickle off the end of the paper. Working with the tone on tone like this, you're building up layers, so you can paint a very thin wash of paint and it's being added to the layer underneath it, so it's still, that area is still going to be darker. Tilting a lot just to let that excess pigment run off the page. We're going to go back to our tree here in a moment with some pure, really thick green gold. I'm going to combine some green gold with a little bit of gouache. I have a little cup here with some dry gouache. And if I mix a little of the green gold with the gouache, it becomes a little less transparent. I can dot it onto my tree here and actually be placing that lighter value. Maybe a little bit of spatter too. I think I'm done. That is really as simple as adding, oh, I'm going to fix that. Don't like the way the green's kind of filling up this space here. Really adding that detail to make this from, take this from a wash to a scene is as simple as that. It's done. As you can see, it really doesn't take long at all to take your painting to that finished step. What I want to encourage you to do is not to start painting until you can see in your mind that next step. It's so much easier to keep painting and to put those details in if you're visualizing them in your head. And I really believe in letting the painting tell you what it needs, slowing down, just taking a pause and allowing the painting to kind of flow into you and you back to it, which is, I always feel so silly when I talk about things in such nebulous terms, but there's this element of trusting yourself and recognizing that you probably need to do less than you think and not more, especially if you want to keep the freshness of a beautiful first layer. Slow down, pause, reflect, and be willing to kind of challenge what you think is happening so that you can see additional possibilities as they emerge. If you found this video useful, I do have so much more to share with you. I want you to check out the description below the video for links to helpful content. Make sure to subscribe and then leave a comment. I want to hear your thoughts on that, taking that logical next step. What are your challenges in developing your paintings and taking them to the finish line? Leave a comment, subscribe, talk to you later. Have a great day and happy painting.